Okay guys, so I'm going to be showing you how to get your photos into PicsArt and do a quick edit. So hopefully this works and you can see it and we can run through everything. Now prior to this, I put my photos in a folder in my Google Drive. So I labeled it, Fall 2020 pics for my class so I could upload any pictures I took. These were pictures taken just on my front porch. Different flowers, different things, my husband. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these pictures and I'm going to show you how to download it and how to do a quick edit in PicsArt. So, let's see, which picture am I going to download? You know what, I think I'm going to do this one. So if you find a picture that you like, that you're going to use, what you're going to want to do is tap on the picture, the three dots. You're going to then send a copy, and by sending a copy you can save your image to your iPad. So what it's doing is downloading the picture I picked out to my iPad. You're not going to have to do this with all 50 of your images. You're just going to do it with maybe the 10 of them or 12 of them that you really want to edit. Now we're going to be turning in 9 in a collage and 9 separately, but you always want to have a few extra that you can switch out just in case. It's always good to have more of a variety. Okay, so once I've downloaded my picture, I'm going to pop over to PicsArt. So PicsArt looks like this P with the blue and the pink. It's the one that we used for, let me cancel that. Okay, it's the one that we used for our drip project, and we're going to be using it again for this one. So it's actually really easy to edit a picture. There's really one button you press that gives you a ton of features, and I'm going to show you my favorite. So to start, we're going to press this plus sign. We are going to choose our picture. So you can see this is the picture that I downloaded. Okay, so here's my picture. Now I don't love this picture. It is a little blurry, like I'm not getting good focus, so I'm probably not going to use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up and I'm going to grab one of the pictures that I had earlier. So this is a picture I downloaded earlier. It's some wind chimes and my butterfly vine is like growing into my wind chimes. It's actually pretty cool. So this is how I'm going to edit my picture. Now that I have it opened in PicsArt, okay, the button that I'm going to use the most is this one over here that looks like the crop tools icon. So two L's kind of bracketed into each other. Okay, we're going to click on that, and really all of this is what you need. Okay, that is your bread and butter. That's what you want. So for me personally, I'm definitely going to use the crop tool. I am going to be using the adjustments tool and the curves tool. So those are my favorite. You can also use tools like rotate, but some of these like perspective and stretch, those are going to warp your images, and we don't want to do that. So for just editing pictures, the ones I recommend are crop, adjust, and curves. So if I go to crop, for the purpose of this assignment, we're going to be cropping our pictures into squares. So if you look down here, you have all of these presets. You can even make headers for YouTube or like a cover photo for Facebook. You have all of these options. For us, we're going to be using the square. Okay, so this is our square, and what it's giving me are my lines for the rule of thirds, which is something I love. So I'm going to play with what I want, and I'm just going to go in a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to move my picture down. Okay, and right here is where my picture is the most focused, so I want that to land on one of these intersections. Oop, so I can follow the rule of thirds. Okay, so I'm liking that right there, so I'm going to keep this composition. I'm going to apply my crop, and now I'm going to adjust the values, because really this is kind of dark and dingy, which I like because it was raining out and it's overcast day, but at the same time I need to get some of these shadows and highlights to pop. So I'm going to go back to tools and I'm going to go to adjustments. Now I've got brightness, contrast, clarity, saturation, hue. I have all of these things that I could use, and if I play, with it on top, I can really adjust these. Now a little bit goes a long way, so be mindful when you're changing these settings. So I can, whoop. Uh-oh. Apparently I clicked the ad. Done. Okay. I can go to contrast. I can play with those settings. Contrast is a really good one to use. Saturation. This is when I can bump the saturation up or down so I can make it super vivid, or I can dim it out. Now, if you touch on the picture, it's going to show you what it used to look like. But for me personally, you know, I'm going to leave it alone. Hue, you can change the colors. Shadows, obviously you can bump your shadows. Highlights, you can bump your highlights. And then you always have this back button, so you can undo anything you didn't want to really change. So here's my picture, how it started. So you can play with these all individually, or what my favorite thing to do is, so I'm going to cancel that, discard any changes, and I'm actually going to go into my curves. Now for me personally, I love playing with the curves. A little bit of curve adjustment will go a long way on making your colors pop. So what I tend to do is I tend to follow an S curve. So I bump out this intersection right here, just slightly. And then I pull down this intersection right here. So if you can see, I'm getting a little bit of a curve. Now that tended to go a little darker than I wanted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this curve and kind of change it up slightly. Okay, and now if I touch it, you can see how it made my shadows a little bit brighter and my highlights a little bit darker. And I like that the best. It's richer. Sorry, cat in the way. Okay, so let me just adjust this slightly until I'm happy. And if I move it like up and in, it's going to get brighter. You just kind of want to be careful because I see a lot of people almost overdoing it. So there's my start and there's my stop. Okay, and then I'm going to apply. Now that is my finished picture. So when I'm all done, I like the way it looks. I am going to go here to this arrow that's pointing down, and it is going to save it automatically to my camera roll. Then all I have to do, okay, and you can save it again, it's up to you. But I'm going to click done. I do not want the free trial. And it's going to bring me back, and I can press the plus sign to get the next picture. Okay, so it's up to you, but that is your quick and easy edit. I will make another video to help you with collages, and we'll go from there. But what's great about this is if you have an Android phone, it is going to be in exactly the same spot. So if I come over here to tools, I'm going to have the same exact functions, which means your iPhone is probably going to have tools and these same things underneath it. So it should be really easy to edit either on your phone or on the iPad. The other thing you have are these effects right here, but those are filters. You don't need to be playing with those right now. Honestly, you can do a lot better using your own functions. So filters are good for a pinch, but honestly, a lot of times I don't even bother with it because they are, pre-made, and each photo is unique and different, and each photo is going to take a different level of editing. So I hope that helped. And if you have any questions, just let me know.